Guys, it's certification day. Joe Biden will be certified today by the electoral people, college, whatever you call it. In 2016, we all thought it was silly, and now everyone's clinging to their TV today to watch probably the most boring aspect of this 2020 election. And 2020 it's a crazy year, and this president of you guys, Donald Trump, he's not going away. He's going to fight this till January 20th. And I think, you know what? It's funny about this guy, Donald Trump. If he wasn't president, I saw this thing the other day, somewhere. If Donald Trump wasn't president, he'd be in jail right now. Based on everything he's been accused of, indicted on trial for, investigated for, he would literally be in jail today if he was not president. And a lot of people feel like after January 21st, Letitia James is going to come after him, and whoever the Attorney General is and the DOJ, they're going to go after him. They should. I don't think Joe Biden cares. Joe Biden, and the thing is, too, I was telling my Republican friends who all say, Joe Biden's going to take away the country and take away our guns, and no one cares about your guns. No one cares about the country that you believe, in. COVID is the main thing, the economy, getting jobs, getting food on the table of millions of Americans I think that's what I'm seeing that Joe Biden's concerned with. He's not concerned with guns. He's not concerned with Second Amendment. He's not even concerned Donald Trump. I think a lot of his press conferences I've seen of Joe Biden, he talks about the things that we care about, things that I care about. I don't care about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is done. A conversation with Donald Trump ended on November 3rd. And I'm ready to move on, and Joe Biden has that attitude, and I'm glad. And I tell my Republican friends, I'm like, Joe Biden is the perfect Democratic president to follow Donald Trump, right? If you had like someone like me, I would burn the Republican Party down to the ground, right? I would destroy it. I would destroy Mitch McConnell. I would destroy the entire Senate with executive orders, right? Joe is a nice guy. Kamala Harris is a nice VP. The cabinet he's appointed seems to be nice intellectual people. But if that was me, I'd be the most vengeful president to follow someone like a Donald Trump, right? I'd be, if anything, if Republican voters are thinking Joe Biden's an anti-Donald Trump, meaning that he's going to reverse a lot of what Donald Trump is doing, more so than being vengeful and going after Donald Trump in a Democratic anti-Republican, anti-Trump way. He's none of those things, but I would definitely be, if I was elected president, I would definitely be there. So Biden is one of the nicest guys you could have. I don't think he's going to do much. He'll be busy with COVID in 2021, probably 2022, because you idiots don't want to wear masks. Republicans, you guys don't want to wear masks, right? Look at New York. I live in New York, right? I got some numbers yesterday, and the most Republican part of New York City, New York State, the most Republican state parts that voted red, if you look at the electoral map, the voted election map from last November, the reddest part of the state and the city, Staten Island, Long Island, parts of Long Island, all got high COVID infection rates, right? It's above that 3% that keeps the school open, keeps gyms and restaurants open. And look what they're doing in Staten Island, right? They're mad about that. They don't want to wear masks. They voted for Trump. They voted for a Republican person that was running in that borough. They don't want to wear a mask. They want to take vaccines. They don't want to do this. They want to do their own thing, but they want to have bars and gyms and shit like that open. And people are dying. Come on, man. And they call themselves patriotic and American and America first. Doesn't seem like that, dudes. It seems like me first. My restaurant has to be open. And that's the thing I don't get with the coronavirus. Like, the most silly, even my wife, I tell my wife, because she's like, I miss eating at home. I miss going out to eat out. I miss going to the spa with my girlfriends. I'm like, it's a year to stay your ass at home, right? We redid our kitchen. We have Netflix. We have tons. I spend hundreds of dollars on streaming stuff that we don't even watch half the time. We're either out in the backyard or doing stuff, right? So if there's any other time in American history in the last 50 years, if there's any time period that being home, being safe is not only the best thing, but you'll be comfortable. Like, it's now, right? We have a lot of things to do inside our homes now, right? We have streaming, we have iPads, phones, We could stay in contact with people FaceTime, right? It's not like you disappear in your house and you don't see your mom or your grandma for like a year and you don't see them or talk to them other than the telephone. You can FaceTime people. But yet, people like my wife, I gotta go out and eat. I wanna go out to a restaurant. I wanna go to gym. Come on, man. Come on, people are dying. You can't wait a year to just wait it out, right? I know you guys are cool working from home, right? So, I mean, just eat food at home. Right? Even now, we have this thing called imperfect foods, whole foods. We don't have to leave. Everything gets delivered to our front door, right? Everything that we want could get to Amazon. We get stuff delivered, right? If there's any other time in history to stay inside, just be comfortable and be happy for a year, binge watch whatever, work from home, make your income. If you're not working, save money that you have. But people want to go out and eat and have fun and go to movies and shit like that. I don't get it. I don't get the human race sometimes. It's like Albert Einstein once said, I think it's Einstein or one of those scientists, the human race or any species that you study, right, in longevity over a period of time, any species, no matter how intelligent, how fast, how strong, how durable, how adaptable they are, any species in a confined system, right, is only as strong and durable and all these positive things. They're only as good as the weakest person, weakest part of that species, right? And I think of this when I used to take the subway and it's rush hour and we're having a rat race. You know, a rat race in Manhattan where everyone's going to work and you're going up the stairs. And I know people watching this in New York or cities know this is true. And you're going into work and you're waiting to go up an escalator or stairs and you're like, what's going on? You know, I could run like, a 2-minute mile and the guy behind me, I could run like a minute mile, and we're fast and we're young and we're fit. And then it takes like 10 minutes to go up like a flight of stairs and you're like, what's going on? Like, what's going on up there? Like, who's moving so slow? Even in traffic when you're driving, like, what's going on? You got the fastest Lamborghini, but the car in front of you is slow as shit. And then you look at the top and it's like this old person going up, or a handicapped person going up the stairs at the top of the stairs, and they're just going a step at a time. Or even a kid with a parent, and it slows everything down, right? Because we now become no quicker, no better, no smarter, no stronger, no more durable or adaptable than that person at the top of the stairs, at that bottleneck, right? That bottleneck is what makes everything behind it irrelevant, right? Because we're all connected. We're all part of that system. So if grandma at the top of the stairs is taking her time, we all take our time, right? And that's how I look at the world. I don't look at it as me being good and me being better than anyone else, right? If my neighbor is starving or my neighbor doesn't have a job or they get evicted, it kind of affects me emotionally as well as down the line. Like, it might lower my property value. It might, he might come and rob me, seeing as I have nice things. He might harm my kids. It affects me in a way that, if I go over there and say, yo, Alex, do you need anything? Like, what's going on? I'm going to look out for him because we all live together, right? I'm not going to be like me. We all become, grandma's taking her time. We all got to take our time, right? If grandma's dying from COVID, we can't go out and eat, right? I'm not going to be like, I want to go to a restaurant. I want to go to the gym and work out, right? Right? Come on. Like, come on, people. And I think that in 2020 was one of the most disappointing thing about me. And that now when I see the human race, I have no respect for the human race. I have no respect for anyone now. No respect, right? I remember in college, our professor used to say, we had 2 types of professors in college, right? And I remember this, like it was yesterday. And you come into a hard class like calculus 3 or something like that, or physics, advanced physics, astrophysics. I did science in college. And math, I always struggled with math. My dad's a math professor. I always struggled in math until I took science and I realized you could apply math to science and it made sense to me. But I remember you go into a class and you sit down, it's first day, you take your books out. And the teacher, 2 types of professors would always say, the nice professor would say, you guys all start with A's and then you have to maintain that A throughout the semester by, doing your work, studying, reading your syllabuses, doing everything, right? And that was starting with an A. So if I died an A, like literally that's how they made it. Like if you had a heart attack and died in the classroom today, you would die with an A in this class. That's how they made it sound. And you go to the other class, right? The other professors like a grumpy guy with a beard, always old with a beard. Look like they haven't been out of like a laboratory in like 30 years. You know, wearing like bell bottoms and like sideburns. You guys all start with D's, and you have to earn a higher grade than that D. And you're like, holy shit. So you look around and it kind of intimidates you. It's like, oh my God, like if I was to die today in this classroom, I would die failing. I would die with a D, right? And that's how I'm looking at the human race. I'm like, you guys, maybe I was optimistic. I was like, you know what? It's positive. Human race gets an A, right? We all look out for each other. Maybe there might be some bad apples, some bad ones. We all start with A's and everyone's going to be good. And that's how I was when I was younger. And I think the older you get, you see things for what they are and you're like, F this. This race, this humans get like D's, and you have to prove to me when you meet me on the street and I don't know who you are, you start with like a D. You have to earn your A with me now. And I think that's how I look at it. When I was younger, I would be like, you know what, hey, what's up, buddy? Yeah, you know, and I start with like, you start with an A. I like how you look, I like whatever, I like your vibe. Start with an A, and you have to prove to me that you keep that A, or you go down to like a D and not be my friend and not be in my list, right? Now it's the reverse. Now I don't even want to talk to you. You have to earn me listening to you and hearing what you got to say, because you guys all suck. I love you guys, but you suck. It's like tough love. It's like watching your kids like do stupid stuff, and you're like, yeah, I love you kids, but you guys got to do better than that. Come on, human race, do better.